Welcome. Please remain standing for the presentation of colors by the 2014 Eagle Scouts, Taylor Poinier, Jacob Harden, Bradley Mills, and Logan Belanting, followed by the national anthem performed by the McKinney High School Full Orchestra.
Good morning. My name is Allison Ainsworth. Please remain standing and bow your heads as we pray. Dear God, we give thanks to you for these years together as we, McKinney High School's class of 2014, have grown in knowledge and in stature and through our shared experiences. Thank you for waking us up each morning and providing us with teachable minds and with the tools to learn that will help to shape our futures. Thank you for the inspiration and the love of our families, our peers, our teachers, and our administrators. Thank you for the relationships we have built and for the memories that will remain in our hearts for years to come. Lord, grant us strength and courage as we head off to make our marks in the world. Open our eyes to the opportunities ahead. Help us stay the course even when we encounter hardships. And I pray that as our paths cross in the years ahead, God, we will help and support each other in all that we do. This morning, I asked you to extend your blessing over McKinney High School's class of 2014. Now I'd like to introduce our principal, Dr. Ferris.
Please be seated. Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Logan Ferris, and I'm the proud principal of the McKinney High School. It's my honor to open this graduation ceremony for the class of 2014 of McKinney High School. Today, we're here to celebrate milestones in the lives of these young men and women. I remember once hearing a description of graduation as a ceremony where the commencement speaker tells hundreds of students dressed identically in caps and gowns that individuality is the key to success. While individuality is what we dream of, conformity to standards and high expectations are how we measure success. For the past 13 years, you have dedicated your lives to pursuing success through learning, studying, testing, reading, testing, debating, testing, and of course, as we finished up this week, testing, as you prepare for this very important day. This day is a milestone in your life, and it's deserving of our attention. This is one of the truly memorable moments in your life where you transition from one of life's chapters to another. One popular gift for graduates this time of year is a copy of Dr. Seuss's Oh, the Places You'll Go, or Dale Carnegie's book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. As I reflect on this graduating class, I'm reminded of the places you have been and the people that you have met. Construction disruption has transformed our hallways over these past 4 years, like the shifting hallways of Hogwarts in the Harry Potter series. Harmony has escorted us on numerous occasions to Shambhala. The bomb threat scurried us to the Dome, where we were reminded of President Snow in the capital city in the Hunger Games. Our Fine Arts Department has humored us on our way to Camelot and Spamalot. And remember, what happens in Camelot stays in Camelot. The Lip Dub danced our way back to the 90s, some more for others than us, and declared our untouchable nature, where we met our own Olympian, Johnny Quinn. We even traveled to a brave contest, and we almost met Katy Perry. Our athletic teams and our spirit squads transformed our campus on many occasions into Friday Night Lights, Field of Dreams, Hoosiers, and even Chariots of Fire, just to name a few. So we've been many places and met many people over our time at McKinney High School. Right now, you're experiencing a whirlwind of emotions that are tugging at your attention. Doubt, fear, maybe a little lost, confused, or that voice in your head that says, I'm not ready. I want you to look around, graduates. Today are gathered a host of friends, teachers, and family that have one role: to celebrate and encourage you on, to remind you not to doubt, but have faith in yourself. Fear not, but be courageous. Remind you that feeling a little lost is actually the gateway to a whole new adventure. Finding focus when you're confused, and to be ready when opportunity stumbles into your pathway. Your class has led our campus to achieve recognitions as a top-performing high school, both in Texas and the nation. We've been named this year as one of 50 schools in Texas to earn all 3 distinctions with the Texas Accountability System with your academic performance. Along with that same performance, we've been named by the U.S. News and World Report as one of the best high schools in America. Actually topping the top 3% in the nation. The Washington Post also recently named us as one of America's most challenging high schools from a rigor standpoint in AP enrollment. So your preparation is already showing dividends, and we appreciate the legacy that you've left. You've been preparing for 17 to 18 years now to act, and today is time to act. The future is where dreams are synthesized and proposed outcomes or destinations form for our lives. There are no boundaries to your future. So I challenge you to dream big and to be untouchable. Your life lies ahead of you, but your path has not yet been paved. So remember, The road to success is always under construction. Thank you, and I'm proud to welcome you to our commencement today. At this time, let's welcome Nancy Jane David, Senior Class President.
Thank you, Dr. Ferris. Good morning and welcome to the graduation ceremony for the class of 2014. Before I get started, I just want to say I know what y'all are thinking. Is that the same girl that does the announcements every morning while my teacher's trying to yell over the abnormally loud intercoms so she can start class? It is. I know I've been reading them all year, but I promise I'm only here to interrupt you one last time. My name is Nancy Jane David, and it's with great honor and anxiety that I stand before you today to deliver the senior class address. As I sat to write my speech, I really had no idea what I wanted to say. So, what do people today do when they have a question and they don't know the answer? I Googled it. How to write a graduation speech. I saw a lot of helpful tips. Apparently, to connect to the audience, and so use lots of hand gestures and voice inflections, and use words like we and us. But that didn't really help me as to what I wanted to say. Upon further research, I stumbled across a list of step-by-step directions. Number 1, know your audience. As I look around, I see proud parents and families, supportive teachers, and most of all, I see eager students who have worked so hard to be here. And my mom. Hi, Mom. Number 2, grab their attention. I'm standing at a podium, I'm talking on a microphone, I'm on a jumbotron, and I'm being broadcast over the internet, so I think that's covered. Number 3, tell stories. That's a really vague instruction. Tell stories about what? So then I Googled that. Just kidding, my computer died. Really though, I struggled to find something that our whole senior class could relate to, something that we've all collectively experienced because we're 462, approximately, different people, and I realized that as I was searching for this constant, the only consistent thing about our class was change. To kick off our freshman year, the start time changed from 9:15 to 7:30 a.m. It's awesome. It's great, yeah. We changed districts from 4A up to 5A. Pride time came, the right way came and went. Our own town has changed dynamically because when we started kindergarten, there were 54,000 people in McKinney, and today it reaches over 130,000. With this growth came the changes to 75, and I'm sure your route to school changed along with it multiple times. The grading policy switched twice. And remember when we had lockers? Probably not, we never used them. But not all these changes were bad. Our building changed. Might I add, we're the first graduating class of the fully renovated McKinney High School. MHS is now the largest building in MISD. We've created 2 lip dubs. We got new administrators. Our library changed into a media resource center, and our cafeteria into a dining hall. Though a few important, crucial things did say the same. Tax. And the pride of going to the McKinney High School is something that never faltered or faded among all these transitions. As I reflect upon our time at MHS, I'm blown away by this class's ability to not just cope with diversity and change, but to conquer it. I know each and every one of us has faced our own challenge, and we should be proud of the way that we've handled them. I mean, look where we are. We're graduating. And one way or another, we made it here in our cap and gown, and we look great. On a more serious note, I hope you all realize that change, though it can carry a negative connotation, is not a negative thing. It's what got you from being a freshman to an almost high school graduate, and it's what will carry you even further from here. If there's one thing that I wish for you all, it's that you never stop looking for change, because with change comes opportunity. It brings about new and exciting challenges, things that might be outside of your comfort zone. Great things aren't accomplished by people who are content with the norms of society. You've got to push boundaries and break walls. Don't be afraid to change the things around you, and don't be afraid to change yourself. I fiercely believe in each and every one of your ability to transform this world into something tremendous. So, class of 2014, I wish you well. If we can not only survive these transitions and alterations of the last 4 years, but grow from them and change for the better, we can do anything. So, now that I've used all the synonyms for change that I could find, it's time for my final instruction from Google. Number 4, don't talk too long. They want to graduate. With that, I thank you all for 4 phenomenal years at McKinney High School. I can't wait to see what you change next. Now, I'm honored to introduce our salutatorian for the class of 2014, Shahariyar Shahabuddin. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy Jane. Good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and Olga. Kya haal hai? Sab theek hai? Just kidding. The entire speech is not to be in Urdu. I'm gonna speak English. People often remember number 2 as being the first loser, but being number 2 does not feel too bad today. I stand here before you as number 2 because I followed my passions in the classes that I decided to take, and the teachers who I had the opportunity to work with. McKinney High School would not be what it is, ranked highest in this district by US News, if it were not for this class, the class of 2014, and the teachers who invested and dedicated countless hours to the school and the students alike. All of them deserve our appreciation and gratitude for what they do. I want to take this moment on behalf of the class of 2014 to thank every teacher, every staff member, superintendent, principals, counselors, secretaries, registrars, advisors, and every custodian, for they all have contributed to this day. I want to personally thank everyone at McKinney High School who has contributed, who has made it possible for me to stand here today. Demos gracias a cada maestro, miembro del personal, y conserje porque le apreciamos lo que han contribuido a nuestra escuela. Gracias. Pour les parents qui parlent français, je vous remercie pour tous votre soutien, pour vos enfants aussi. Merci. And to my family, which hopefully can forgive me for all the confusions I've caused on how to pronounce our last name. Whether it's Shahabuddin, Shahabuddin, or just simply Shahaha, ha ha ha. Who knows? अम्मी और अब्बा, मैं आप दोनों का दिल से शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहता हूँ उन तमाम कुर्बानियों का जो आपने हम तीनों की खुशी के लिए खुशी खुशी दी हैं। सुंदर सरसाद, तुम दोनों मुझे मुकम्मल करते हो और अब हंसना बंद करो। I love you all. और दोनों ही पप्पा और पप्पो, आपकी दुआओं के बगैर मैं आज इधर नहीं होता। डॉक्टर मामू और मामी, शुक्रिया उन सभी यादगार बचपन के दिनों के लिए. And cousins and my friends, thank you so much for being there every time I needed a hand. For those who will be far, I'll miss you. You too, Samerly. और उन सब का जो इधर नहीं हैं पर हैं, शुक्रिया बहुत बहुत. Oops, I sorry forgot to include subtitles. Now back to being salutatorian. You know number 2. Let me tell you, one of the setbacks of being salutatorian is that I cannot do stupid things anymore. I mean, I could, but teachers would often come and ask me, and you are the salutatorian? I've always been a bit of an idiot. Yes, Dunson, I admit. And being second in class does not make me any less of one. I'm in the same boat as all of you guys, not knowing what life has in store for me. We don't know what it holds until it completely unfolds, you see. But I'm supposed to give you all advice. But it's not like years from now you'd be, that salutatorian guy told me to follow my dreams. Maybe I should give that a shot. On the other hand, however, let's think about the possibility of an idea as we all move on and write our next phase of life. So then, here's the idea. Try and imagine what it'll be like to sleep and never wake up. Think about that. I want you to imagine it, not seriously, but sincerely. So now, if you really go the whole way to see how you feel about vanishing forever, all your efforts, achievements, attainments turning into dust, what's the feeling? An extraordinary feeling occurs. You realize that you're nothing but a traveler here in this temporary world. Well, let's not fret about leaving this world. Rather, let's think about leaving it unchanged, without having an impact, without making a difference, without living a life. Nobody is here forever, friends. From the first 40 years of McKinney High graduations, no one is still here with us. Someday, it'll be same for us, but it's how we have lived it. It's how people remember us. So be the main character of your story. Write it well. Think big thoughts and relish every small joy. Follow your passions. Strive for arete, excellence, and success will follow. Be the best mom, mechanic, magician, meteorologist, and/or musician. Be the best of yourself. As number 2 of this class, I want to leave the class of 2014 with 2 thoughts. One is to make the rest of your life the best of your life. And 2, carpe diem. Seize the day, my friends. Start today, because graduation is only the beginning. It has been a privilege speaking before and on behalf of the class of 2014. Thank you and congratulations. Now it's my honor to introduce you to the number 1 of this class, valedictorian Roshni Patel.
Thank you, Shahariyar. Good morning, everyone. As someone who has been looking forward to graduation for so long, I'm standing here today with some reluctance because of what I'm leaving behind. It's not the school with its once leaky ceilings and mishmash of interior design. The beautiful renovated building is a mere shell for the people I've grown to love. As students, we came from vastly different directions, but our stories overlapped when we arrived together to call MHS our temporary home. A community was waiting for us. The teachers always strived to be more than teachers. They offset the stress of a chemistry test by baking cupcakes. They asked us to know the subject rather than memorize facts. They wanted to see us learn, not just make good grades. They supported us on the worst of days and celebrated with us on the best. Coach Newhouse and Ms. Hogan, I'll always be grateful for that. If I become anything like my teachers when I'm older, I'll know I did something right. The administrators stood behind us in their own way. Mr. Butler once chided me for not believing I could be accepted to my dream school. I didn't get in, but I'm not holding it against him. To the parents and families, I don't know what I can say. You were the first community we had, and you became a part of the school too. You cheered us on through all the milestones, including this one, and you nudged us forward when we were too reluctant to take the leap ourselves. I can speak on behalf of my classmates that I can't possibly quantify everything my family has done for me. For better or for worse, I wouldn't be who I am today without you, Mom and Dad. And to my grandparents, મને ખબર છે કે તમને ગુજરાતી અને ઇંગ્લિશ બેઉ સમજ પડે છે. પણ જ્યારે હું ગુજરાતીમાં બોલું છું, મારા શબ્દ વધારે સિન્સિયર લાગે છે. મને કહેવું હતું કે તમે બેઉ આજે આવ્યા તો મને બહુ જ આનંદ આવ્યો. I'll always love you. And then there's the students. We went through everything together. The good parts, the awful parts, the cliche parts, life. This community grew closer as graduation grew near. The night our Lionette soccer team beat Boyd, my best friend, Madeline Schober, saved the final penalty kick, and the stands exploded with pride. Instantly, the team's victory became our own. That wasn't the first example, and it won't be the last. At times, I've had friends who believed in me more than I believed in myself. Hannah Moltz, you were always one of them. At McKinney High, this is the norm, not the exception. We root for the success of individuals and organizations that we aren't personally connected to. Because of that, we transformed the image of McKinney High School within our 4 years here. An outsider would attribute it to the new building, but the real change began long before construction was complete. We gave MHS character. That's the power of community. If you take a moment and look around, it's incredible how much these people care. For the longest time, I resisted becoming attached to high school. But this school has taught me so much. I don't just mean learning about Mongolian throat singers in Mr. Bayer's class. Sorry, he said he'd pay me $10 every time I mentioned his name. I learned that people are always more than what you expect of them, whether it's the girl who never stops talking about Finland or the sax player who's haunted by humans. I learned that inexplicably, bad things happen to good people. When they do, this community comes together as one to support its members. That's what we do. We take care of our own. I love you, Kiri. Now, we're moving on, moving apart. We're leaving these beloved humans of McKinney behind. Wherever you go, make sure you take their lessons with you. Don't be apathetic. Don't just go through the motions. Be aware, have a presence. Find something new to believe in, because that makes everything infinitely more rewarding. Become like the members of this community who care about you. Today marks the last time we'll all be together. So thank you, McKinney High. Now, I'd like to introduce Dr. Logan Ferris, our principal.
Dr. Kennedy, on behalf of the faculty and staff of McKinney High School, I'm here to verify that the members of the class of 2014 have met and exceeded all requirements mandated by the state of Texas for graduation, and I present to you our class of 2014.
Members of the board, graduating class of McKinney High School 2014, it's my pleasure to say to you that you have met all of the requirements that's set forth by the state of Texas and the McKinney Independent School District. Congratulations, graduating class of 2014.
Roshi Achel Patel. Syed Shahryar Shahabuddin. Benjamin Cole Johnson. Jacob Lyons Harden. Madeline Ann Schober. Jordan Riley Dunson. Kiri Elizabeth Chung. Matthew Joseph Barrett. Kaylee Ann Modesto. Michaela Laurel Stutz. Dong Huck Chun. Amy Michelle Anderson. Amanda Diane Bulot. Nathan Russell Smith. Matthew Benton Roberts. Sarah Marie Marnick. Elizabeth Mara Moore. Emily Veronica Soltis Neiman. Elisa Paige Redding. Danielle Ryuchi Wyatt. Daniel. Connor Catherine Otto. Taylor Teresa Banks. Musarat Manat Chaudhry. Desiree Alexandria Parker. Christopher James Shelby. Marie Elizabeth Odell. Marcos Dilam Estrada. Mackenzie Aaron Makovec. Emily Martha Cadenhead. Amy H. Parek. Alan Gary Kassan. Brett Mason Ganaway. Meredith Nicole Ewing. Samantha Nicole Early. Jessica Lynn Wells. Nancy Jane Tucker David. Sandra Nicole Novak. Jawad Ali Parra. Allison Rebecca Ainsworth. Natalie Marie Cesano. Drew Michael Hammonds. Ryan Bradley Polk. Mallory Catherine Hauser. Ronnie Hisham Aridi. Julia Christina Metzger. Emily Marie Stahlbaumer. Elvira Martinez Acosta. Jose Luis Amarez. Jacqueline Aguano Franco. Emile Jean-Marie Anaboli. Marisol Ariano Sanchez. Jade Renee Armijo. Mariah Anastasia Armstrong. Sergio Jr. Arzola. Brooke Christina Ash. Shiva Atashi. Tyler Phoenix Ayet. Joseph Michael Baker. Logan McLean Ballantyne. Nicholas James Barkis. Colby John Barcy. Ryan Dean Behrens. Austin Michael Bates. Joshua Paul Bell. Frederick Emmanuel DeJean Berry. Japal Lawrence Berger. Laurel Elizabeth Bevington. Eden Faith Bevington. Leland Isaiah Bisco. David Ray Black. Nathan Scott Blissett. DeAndrea Nicole Block. John Botang Mensa. Carly Diane Boaz. Damika Lachey Booker Copeland. Nora Lee Borgart. Hallie Caitlin Brady. Derek Gerard Bramlage. Jordan Abriana Browen. Ashley Vanessa Brenna. Peyton De'Ara Brenham. Garrett Mackenzie Broderick. Lindsay Caitlin Brooks. Reese Jeffrey Bruff. William Jerome Browder. Christopher Jason Brown. Jakethian Jamel Brown. Sarah Jean Brown. Ariana Elizabeth Browning. Christopher Thomas Buckland. Andrew Raymond Buckama. Trevor Sam Boldus. Patrick Marcellus Cable. Sebastian Dante Caldwell Britton. Jacob Benjamin Camacho. Bryce James Kennedy. Thomas Lorenzo Candela. Cassandra Serrano Canella. Lindy Lee Cannell. Cooper Allen Carson. Evan J. Carter. Travanis Mortez Carter. Tristan James Carter. Cody Solomon Lee Cartier. Andrew Castillo Diaz. Juan Manuel Castillo. Lauren Meniz Castriani. Ryan Elizabeth Cawley. Antonio Jose Chamorro. Benjamin Ross Chan. Melissa Jean Charter. Frederick Anthony Chavez. Rocio Guadalupe Chivera. Emily Elizabeth Clark. Eric Wilder Clark. Markayla Jaquan Clark. William Hunter Clark. Scott Brandon Coffin. Cameron Andrew Coiro. Azure Oceana Clifford Cole Poland. Brittany Diane Collins. Samaria Adrielle Collins. Victor Stefan Olaf Connell. Madison Shay Conran. Morgan Ashley Conran. Gerardo Antonio Contreras. Antonio Modesto Corrado. Javarius Trevon Crane. Devon Sean Daniel. Ryan Xavier Dash. Larisha Keandra Davis. Gabrielle Marie De La Rosa. Madison Annie Derryberry. And Alicia Mercedes Diaz. Sean Michael Diaz. Stephanie Diaz. Abigail Catherine Dickerson. Linda K. Dorigo. Megan Camille Drummond. Lauren Taylor Dunn. Jason Richard Dunsmore. Ubong Enyete Edokwa. Remington Grant Edwards. Jacob Zachary Eisenberg. Reagan Marie Elder. Mohammed Walid Elasawi. Leslie Lauren Enciso. Connor Lynn Inslee. Shanquela Vontis Evans. Zachary Wade Ferris. Mackenzie Lee Feeland. Emily Rebecca Felt. Jesus Enrique Fierro. Matea Angel Vieira. Hannah Ray Fisher. Noah Tolliver Flannery. David Jacob Flores. Stephanie Flores. Sean Thomas Folgate. Matthew Hunter Fontillas. Alexander Franco Alejos. Juan Marcos Franco. Sapphire Divine Franklin. Lauren Nicole Frazier. Madison June Furlow. Derek Brian Gable. Parker Anthony Gayak. Alejandra Garcia. Alexia Brianna Garcia. Jason Matthew Garcia. Jesse Garcia. Margarita Huerta Garcia. Noe J. Garcia, Jr. Timothy Quaid Garcia. Tanner Reed Gardner. Alexandra Elizabeth Garza. Andres Daniel Garza. Connor Thomas Gauss. Johnny Ray Jeter. Chase Edwin Gillis. Courtney Ann Gilstrap. Sarah Margaret Givens. Gabriela Isabel Gomez. Giovanna Gonzalez. Kayla Renee Gonzalez. Vanessa Denise Gonzalez Flores. Matthew Austin Gore. Riley Caitlin Graff. Joshua Nicktrell Grant. Mark Bradley Green. Sarah Beth Green. Tiara I. Griffin. Aaron Lee Grulke. Maikisha Johari Geis. Crystal Selena Gutierrez Belarmes. Ashley Eileen Halbrooks. Trayvon Lavelle Hampton. Hunter Daniel Hankins. Lorenzo Deontay Harris. Michaela Michelle Harris. Sammy Lee Hashbarger. Shelby Anne Marie Hatcher. Madison Bailey Taylor Hemmed. Alec Gennaro Hernandez. Ariel Michelle Hernandez. Emmis Lady Hernandez. Nayeli Elizabeth Hernandez. Rodolfo Hernandez. Addison Tanner Hicken. Stacy Porter Itmar Higgins. Joshua Christopher Hill. Kevin Robert Hobbs. Stephen Jarrell Holliday. Connor Nicholas Hook. Tasha Renee Hooper. Erin Elizabeth Hoppy. Jason William Horvath. Caitlin Shemay Howard. Blake Austin Duncan Hutto. Timidayo Olurame Lakun Ikudaisi. Haley Roxanne Emig. Malika Dijon Jackson. Tyler Janelle Jackson. Jordan Aaron Jacobson. Maritza Jaimez Hernandez. Alexis Danielle James. Gustavo Eduardo Harral. Trip Q. Jeffrey. Evan Bryce Jinks. Sierra Margaret Jeter. Sierra Denise Johnson. Dylan Robert Johnson. Garrick Scott Johnson. Lachlan Thomas Johnson. Ori Johnson. Desmond Rashawn Jones. Lauren Nicole Jones. Robert Connor Jones. Zachary Brian Jones. Gregory Daniel Curley. Leslie Kethavong. Carson Vern Kettner. Morgan Kelsey Clippert Rowe. Ann Michelle Knippenberg. Nicoa Alexander Cook. McKenna Lori Antoinetta Lancaster. Rebecca Lynn Landry. Jadrian Jaquel Charles Lawson. Amber Elizabeth Ledbetter. Andre Terry Lee. Elizabeth Ann Lehinger. Maya Lexis Leva. Mai Nat Min Litrin. Sarah Ariel Lewis. William Harold Lewis. Wyatt Connor Libby. Linda Elizabeth Lilly. Mirka Selena Lemon. Nicholas Eric Lindstrom. Carla Daniela Lira. Ivan Lopez. Laura Lou Lyons. Christopher Tormey Madden. Austin Tyler Malcolm. Elisette Maldonado. James Curry Marks. Jesse Robert Bryan Marroquin. Maricela Jane Martinez. Marilyn Martinez. Michael Francisco Martinez. Stephanie Eileen Martinez. Autumn Christine Masters. Myra Alyssa Mata. Alan Gabriel Basa Mateo. Jonathan Mateo Salgado. Marissa Ann Matson. Cheyenne Denise May. Nathan Miles McCown. Peyton Brooke McCrory. Brennan James McFarland. Zachary Andrew McHughes. Jared Vaughn McElmurray. Arthur Lee McMillan. Madeline Dabbs McSwain. Alicia Darlene Menchaca. Bernice Mendoza. Jillian Grace Mercer. Tessa K. Meredith. Brock Antonio Merrick. Travion Brianne Miles. Bradley Ray Mills. Mariah Janai Mitchell. Peyton Elise Mixon. Hannah Louise Moltz. Stephanie Maria Monhay. Connor Lee Monk. Braylon Michael Moodley. Francisco Raul Morales. Jaylee Shea Moran. Jacqueline Amanda Morgani. Madeline Norma Morris. Margaret Suzanne Morris. Summer Nicole Mosley. Grace Laura Mulligan. Andrew James Munoz. Nicholas Dolan Murray. Dashel Allen Nearings. Jasmine Jurie Chantel Nelson. Luis Christopher Nelson. Alexandria Hope Mayorga Nessler. Austin Taylor Nessler. Allison Newhouse. Andrew Gary Newton. Lacey Nicole Nitcher. Dante Allen Nunez. Stephen Wesley Oakes. Damien Misael Ogin Quintanilla. Brianna Janae Oliphant. Pablo Oliva. Eric James Olson. Oscar Nils Olson. Alejandro Orozco Rosales. Kevin Nicholas Osborne. Dylan Nana Gwabina Owusu. Skylar Hudson Packard. Marquez Van Rocket Isaac Padron. Thomas Alexander Page. Samantha Stefania Palacios Garcia. Brianna K. Palmer. Troy Daniel Palmer. Natrina Latricia Parker. Zachary Taylor Parks. Elvia Partida. Andrew David Pearson. Magali Catherine Pelletier. Miguel Perez. Emily Ann Pierce. Roberto Perez Pineda. Brock Pitcher. Robin Kayla Dahl Plunk. Jessica Erin Porter. David Danielle Pound. Taylor James Pointer. Christian Andre Prieto. Chelsea Adele Prezak. Elizabeth Diane Prokop. Jack Andrew Prudhomme. Benjamin Tyler Poltz. Mandy K. Purcell. Anna Laura Quiros. Destiny Murray Radway. Samantha Marie Reich. Nicholas Charles Alexander Rainbolt. Edgar Ramirez Torres. Richard James Reed. Anne Elizabeth Rep. Jacob Reyes. Liliana Belmontes Reyes. Sean Patrick Reynolds. Jeremy Neal Rhodes. Alexander James Richards. Agur Sanchez Rios. Michael John Rizzo. Morgan Taylor Pershel Roach. DeHaven Laura Robinson. Chantrell Jaytuan Rockamore. Stephanie Rodriguez. Haley Maya Rodriguez. Samantha Ashley Rodriguez. Alexandra Paige Rogers. Rosina Jurnice Rogers. Brittany Marie Rojas. Courtney Michelle Runneberg. Jepchumba Beneza Ruto. Skylar Gray Sabapur. Sydney Gray Sabapur. Eric Robert Salazar. Kenan Justice Samuel. Christian Matthew Sanchez. Kevin Joshua Sanchez. Sergio Jose Sanchez. Tristan Lee Sanchez. Vianney Ariana Sanchez. Michaela K. Sandberg. Brian Alexis Santiago Molina. Kyle Andrew Somm. Trent Jared Scoggins. Sherilyn Geraldine Seals. Kevin Andrew Severin. Taryn Neely Severson. Nicholas Alexander Shaver. Erica Elise Sheehan. Ryan Staten Smith. Tyler Watson Smith. David William Snowden. David Soto Zerboni. Sean Colin Starkey. Callie Brooke Stearns. Jacob Ryan Steele. Paul David Stewart. Brittany Elizabeth Stout. Hang on. Garrett Jennings Streely. Kason Donald Swadley. David Joshua Nicholas Swan. Jamie Ruth Tabor. David Jojo Tachi. Benjamin Aubrey Tatum. Matson Hugh Taylor. Victoria Ann Tennyson. Chelsea Jolene Thomas. Charles Reed Thompson. Imani Tatiana Thornton. Nathan Glenn Tinglove. Grant Samuel Tips. Davis Danae Terrain. Brenda Torres. Chance Patrick Trevino. Laurel Emmanuel Yuko. Andrew Wakefield Umberger. Adriana Lisbeth Valdez. Bradley Russell Vassar. Emilio Trevino Vega. Jonathan Velasquez. Natalie Nicole Vera. Jonathan Alejandro Villa. Loriana Michelle Villalobos. Guadalupe Villanueva Hernandez. Jamie Lee Votes. Sydney Cho Vertis. Ariana Tynesha Wade. Travion Jamal Wade. Serena Lynn Walker. Adam James Wallach. Chelsea Irene Walston. Alex James Warren. Kyla Danielle Washington. Alexandra Ann Westgarth. Hannah K. Wheeler. Garrett Allen Whitehead. Charity Faith Whitson. Caleb Michael Witten. Jonathan David Whittington. Jarrell Jaquel Onzi Wilkins. Ashton Taylor Williams. Franklin Eugene Williams. Trayvon Jordan Williams. Silas Adamson Wingard. Nathan Jeremiah Weisner. Justin Sean Walshide. Emily Lynn Woodruff. Britton Chad Wooten. Jacob Blake Wright. Lindsay Catherine Zaboski. Leslie Arena Marie Zupanik. Andrew Stephen Zawicki.
Good morning, McKinney High School students, faculty, family, and friends. My name is Patrick Cable, and I am your student body president for at least a couple of more minutes. Today is the day that we have all been waiting for our entire lives, the day we walk across the stage, shake a couple of hands, and get a fancy sheet of paper. We have waited 13 years of schooling to wear a navy bath gown and a cap that some of us decorated with materials that cost as much as a MORP ticket. The day is finally here. We are ending the chapter of our lives that shaped us into the individuals we are today and embark on this new journey that will bring its obstacles and challenges that will be followed by remarkable triumphs that only expand our knowledge. Even though we are no longer required by law to attend school on a regular basis, some of us, including me, never really followed that law, we still have to make the most of every day of our lives and learn from everything or anything that is thrown our way. These past years, our high school has been faced with many tragedies and changes that has allowed us to grow closer together. We learned that one day we could be celebrating the graduation of a fellow student who affected so many of our lives, and a couple of weeks later, saying goodbye to Nicole Marie Quincy. Nicole taught us all that we have to live our lives to the fullest because we never know which day could be our last. So we must live our lives to the fullest and keep our minds open to whatever may happen. Also, we have been blessed with the renovation of our beloved school. Even though it may look different on the outside, it is still the original McKinney High School that this community loves. Our school is defined by its student body who preserves its rich heritage full of traditions that has been around for over a century. We have adapted to the ever-so-changing construction that made us seniors feel like freshmen, following a map on a sheet of paper, walking from class to class like a tourist at the state fair. We overcame all the obstacles thrown our way and enriched our lives by learning from our mistakes. So class of 2014, I want to say one last thing to you. Always remember where you came from, and even though life may seem too much to handle at times, we always have a home to return to, full of friends and family who helped us become the people we are today. Now please join me in turning our tassels, ending a chapter of our lives and beginning a new one, full of blank pages. And now it is my pleasure to introduce two of the hardest working teenagers I know, Miss Tessa Meredith and Miss Marie Odell.
Good morning, staff, parents, and fellow students. My name is Tessa Meredith.
And I'm Maria Odell, and we are here to present the senior gift on the behalf of the class of 2014.
Tradition is a vital component in the unity of McKinney High School. Today, we have decided to commemorate the statue of Leo the Lion that sits at the front of the school and was given to us by the class of 1961. Leo is a one-of-a-kind Italian marble lion that made its debut at MHS in 1964, making 2014 its 50th anniversary. This year, Leo regained his rightful place among prominent displays after years of going unnoticed, bringing luck to many organizations that made it through playoffs this year. With the tradition of rubbing his head, many proved that Leo truly does bring good fortunes.
To enhance Leo's display, as a senior class, we would like to give McKinney High School a glass historical inscription of Leo's journey to showcase to future generations our pride and legacy. Being a lion these past 4 years have shown us what it's like to be a part of something that's bigger than ourselves. And we are proud to present this to our soon-to-be alma mater. We would like to also present the Traditions Committee with $500 to carry out traditions we are accustomed to, as well as bringing new practices to life for students to come.
We would now just like to say congratulations to the class of 2014 and thank you, McKinney High School, for the memories.
I I would now like to introduce MHS1 producer Mallory Hauser. Go Lions and Giga Maggies.
Thank you, Tessa and Marie. Class of 2014, let me interrupt your thoughts for just a second. You've probably been thinking, how many more times can this stupid tassel get in my mouth? Or did Miss Mater say my name right? Did I look okay across the stage? Has my mom stopped filming me with her iPad from like the back row? But before you attend to those important thoughts, I want you to take a second to reflect. Reflect on this past year, the places you went, the people you met, and the experiences you endured. For me, I know some of the memories I'll cherish forever are from being a part of MHS1. Being on staff, one of the most important qualities I've learned is passion. Finding something you love and focusing on excelling at that subject is one of the most rewarding feelings. I experienced this firsthand when reading your positive tweets after a show aired. Your comments reaffirmed that our hard work had paid off. #blessed. I was lucky enough to find what I'm passionate about in high school, so I encourage you to go out and find a passion, not just a paycheck. Our best teachers possess this quality. I still remember Miss Watson in chemistry, hopping up and down, trying to imprint in our little sophomore heads how to balance chemical equations. Or Mr. Bear, constantly enforcing how important doing our vocab was to pass our AP Human Geography exam. These men and women are perfect examples of living out their passion, coming to work every day to educate us and dedicate their time to be rewarded by the love for what they do. We showed the passion for our McKinney spirit through projects like the Katy Perry Roar video. Good Morning America saw how loud we could roar, and it put us in the top 10 videos, but they chose to go another way. No hard feelings, Katie. And then we produced a second lip dub, trying to find a new twist on an old concept. So we turned it into a fundraiser for Relay for Life, bring in over $5,000, and even featured our own hometown Olympian, Johnny Quinn. Once again, the lip dub showed the world that we are passionate about being Lions. This video you're about to watch is something I hope makes you passionate about the class of 2014. Before we watch, I'd like to thank Hannah Fisher and Ben Tatum. Working by your sides on the show and your friendship over the past few years is something I will always hold close to my heart. I'd also like to thank the rest of the MHS1 producers and staff. Because of your high standard of work, MHS1 was awesome. Again. I'd also like to thank Giovanni Sabala and all the yearbook photographers for capturing spectacular photos for this project. Lastly, I'd like to thank Mrs. Alyssa Behringer for not only being an inspirational advisor, but for being a mentor, friend, and exquisite example for the woman I strive to be. Now, without further ado, I present you with the senior video for the class of 2014.
Being at McKinney High shaped me completely. I think it's a great school. All the people here, awesome. I love it. A lot of people say that high school does go by fast, and I never really believed it, but it goes by so fast, and it's kind of scary now, but it was awesome.
I'm a legend, and we both go tripping through the door. You know that we are northern now. Heard you promise me at the north end of monogamy. Cut there from filling me lead. Somewhere I heard you scream. For others' hearts, and the line is to life. Hold the keys to a Cupid flight, but you won't ever ride. It's time to up and die. Set sail. Set sail. Set
I guess the most important lesson I've learned hasn't really been until this year, which I think is my ability to empathize with people. To learn about how other people matter, you know? It's not just about you.
McKinney High is special to me because my mom and my dad actually went here, and I think it's really cool that I had a chance to come here because I really wasn't supposed to come here. But I don't know, it's just my second home and I really liked it a lot, and I'm glad I chose to come here.
Some of them underneath, maybe they
boys. Obviously, Boyd's our biggest rival, but not even the fact that we play Boyd, just the fact that playing Boyd brings all of the students up in the stands and just the environment and how happy and excited everybody is. It's probably one of the most memorable moments in its entirety in high school.
Cindy Johnston was the teacher that impacted my life the most here at McKinney High School. She's been my choir teacher for 7 years now, and now we're splitting apart. That's pretty sad, but yeah, she definitely helped me everything about singing and music and life even, and I'm really gonna miss her.
There is a house built out of stone, wooden floors, walls, and window sills, tables and chairs warmed by all of the dust. This is a place where I don't feel alone. This is a place where I feel at home. Tree as old as me, branches were so.
The sense of pride and tradition that McKinney High School has shown over the 10 years that I've been here. It's kids that you spent 4 years at McKinney High School with. I mean, it's almost like they're crossing that threshold of adulthood at graduation, and you can just see the pride in her face.
To see the world. When the guys came around to blow me down, held on as tightly as you held on to me. Held on as tightly
At this time, please stand and join us in the singing of our McKinney High School alma mater.
Dear McKinney High School, how we love you so. Keep up your spirit as we onward go. G-O! We will be loyal to the gold and blue, straight on to victory, winning our way through.
Please be seated. This time I'd like to make a couple of recognitions. If you're a member of the McKinney High School faculty or staff, please stand and be recognized at this time. Special recognition, Mr. Franks, where are you? He's reluctant to come up, but let's give him a round of applause for 10 years of service. "10 years of coordinating senior class events and graduation, and we want to congratulate him on his well-deserved retirement. Next year, McKinney High School will open a new chapter for McKinney ISD and McKinney High School. We've been honored with the opportunity to host a junior ROTC unit with the United States Marine Corps. In anticipation for this new chapter in our life, I'd like to ask for all current graduates that are planning to serve with any branch of the United States military to please stand at this time and be recognized. Thank you, guys. Future heroes, we like to call them. Now, I'd like to, in closing, give an additional challenge to the class of 2014. Last year, as juniors, we built the city. This year, as seniors, we declared we were untouchable. It's now time for you to go out and impact the world. You are all world changers, and I challenge each of you to be leaders in that change. The late Stephen Covey defined leadership as so passionately communicating another person's worth and potential that they start to believe it themselves. Leadership is service, and I think you have embodied that, and I appreciate that. So please leave this place determined to be passionate leaders. It's not enough to go to school. It's not enough to go to work. It's not enough to serve in the United States military. Lead in those capacities. Leave this place determined to be passionate leaders for your families, friends, classmates, co-workers, community members, and the world, because that's how we do it at McKinney High School. I'm confident in the leadership potential for each of you, and my hope is that you will believe it yourself to the point of acting on that belief and changing the world. Thank you very much for a great year, and press on Go Lions. Now, on behalf of the graduating class of 2014 and the McKinney High School staff, we want to thank our parents, guests, and family for attending this morning. Please remain seated as the graduates exit the auditorium, which while we'll point everyone out, we're 3 minutes shy of our time. We're right on time. You are welcome to meet and congratulate your graduate in front of the church. And now, graduates of 2014, the much anticipated, class is dismissed.